I guess you sort of have chosen the topic for me. The invitation sort of said, can you talk a little bit about the civil rights movement? That was a very significant time in the 1960s. During that time, I started an organization, the Congress of Racial Equality. And that was sort of one of the militant organizations during that time. And one of the things that we did is look at Marin City. One day I came home from working, and on television there was this scene, and it's a famous scene, that was showing dogs biting people, attacking people. And so therefore I said to myself, you know, we have discrimination in Marin City, in California, in the West Coast. It's not just in the South. And so I started this organization, and therefore we looked at a lot of things: housing, employment, education. It seems to me that the Sausalito School District still has a bad reputation. And I think having gone through that system along with James, is that when are we ever going to get a decent educational system that people are proud of? And so I think that's something that I charge some of those younger people here, that when are we going to get it together? Because it's about time that our children don't have to travel to Corte Madera or Mill Valley or some other place to have a decent education. And it was a significant time for me because it helped me understand race and race relations. And that became a central theme throughout the rest of my career. And I'm looking at this young lady over here, and it's like, I'm good to see you. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Because she was part of Project Breakthrough? Yeah, okay. And it's like, that was a significant time for me in terms of whether I was doing training, whether I was doing therapy, whether I was doing whatever. I was always having to deal with the issue of race and how race relations were an important thing. And I think James Morgan pointed out that early on in Marin City, it was a very integrated community. And one of the things I learned from that experience is that how to get along with people who were different than one of color or people who were of color. And so I think that's an important piece. The task at that time was, how do we help black children achieve a greater sense of who they are, and how do they progress in terms of the kinds of grades that they were making in school? And then how do we involve families in the educational process? And so that was one of my greatest moments in Marin City.
Can you tell us some of the things that CORE did? Because CORE was a militant organization. What activities did you do here? There might be good things that could show up for the artists and other people.
You know, one of the fondest moments I have is that we were working with the Sausalito School District, and we decided that one of the things that we needed to do was to showcase the inadequate educational process that was going on. And we held a school boycott. And we got kids and families to not to have their kids go to school for, I think it was 2 days. And that was one of the most proudest moments that I think I've had in Marin City, is that families and children came to Marin City. We had a nurse, we had everything. We set up educational things. We had set up physical activities and the such. And it's like people got a sense that something was not right educationally in Marin City.
Okay.
That enough?
Any last words? You're free. You got a couple last words?
I'm free? Thank you.
Just say whatever you want to say, Douglas.
You know, I was thinking about, when I was coming over here from Walnut Creek, that Marin City will always be a proud place in my life. My family came from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we were one of the early families here. And that I've always had this love and connection for Marin City. And thank you for doing this.